Well, it's midnight on the midnight train, rolling through a ghost town's veins. Whiskey whispers neath the moon's pale watch, tracks shudder under old sin's weight. A dust storm wails like a banshee's cry past shadows of a church aflame. And there in the flicker a lone grave lies forgotten names and the devil's bait. Here on this train, it's vengeance and rust. Steel rails cut through these cursed lands like trust. In the silence of the cars, I can hear the echoes plain of lost love's goodbye. Midnight on the midnight train. Used to be a preacher's son till I found the bad end of a gun. Turned my back on the rising sun and watched my dreams come undone. She was the fire, I was the rain, in this desolate forsaken strain. Her betrayal, a deep-seated pain, now her ghost in every window pane. Here on this train, it's sorrow and dust. Every mile further from what was just. Through the cold steel bars, I see my life wane. Another lost soul. Midnight on the midnight train. In the darkness I confront my fears, face the man I've been for years. Every mile a memory, every sound a tear. The whistle screams like it's the end, a solemn note no one can mend. I pour another whiskey, toast to ghosts I can't defend. Here on this train, I accept my fate. A heart full of shadows, love turned to hate. As the desert swallows the moon's last stain, I ride towards dawn, beyond the midnight train.
Out where the train whistles mourn through cracked skies, a ghost town whispers beneath the old moon's rise. Dust devils dance where the church used to stand. The devil's breath stirs up the sins of the land. Whiskey bottles lie buried in sand, forgotten graves. Each step echoes a story, each shadow enslaves. The devil's desert wind, it howls with a scornful sound, carrying voices of those who ain't never been found. It's a cursed lullaby, on a vengeful flame it spins. Lost love and betrayal ride on the devil's desert winds. I met her eyes like a mirage, soothing but deceitful deep. In her kiss the taste of dust, in her promises secrets to keep. Underneath the starlit dread, where silence bathes the night, she swore forever by my side before vanishing in the light. Now every shadow flickers with the dance of her deceit. Every gust a whisper from the love I won't repeat. The devil's desert wind, it cries with a lonely sound, echoing the heartbreak where my dreams were drowned. It's a bitter serenade. Through dead towns it spins, revenge and redemption ride on the devil's desert winds. In the heart of the night, where the cold truth lies, I face the mirror of my soul in the endless desert skies. The wind called out, its voice was old and cruel, told me the devil's just a man who never could play the fool. The devil's desert wind, it sings with a ghostly sound, each note a tale of what's lost, what's forever bound. It's an outlaw's refrain, over sands of sin it spins. Solace and solitude ride on the devil's desert winds. Yes, redemption and ruin ride on the devil's desert winds.
In a town too rough for dawn's light, where the dust swallows your name, whiskey bottles lay like broken dreams beneath the old saloon's frame. The desert moon hangs a silent judge over streets that know my sin. Heard the whistle of the midnight train as the shadows danced within. Gone with the midnight train through cursed lands under starlit pain, riding past forgotten graves where the souls of the fallen remain. Echoes of betrayal, screechy tracks in my heart a burning chain. All that's left is a ghost of love, gone with the midnight train. I loved her like the prairie wide, wild winds in her hair so fair, but she vanished with a preacher's vow in a church left to despair. Found a note by the morning light, stained with last night's rain. Promises turned to whispers, crushed by the sound of the midnight train. Gone with the midnight train through silent deserts and my silent blame, chasing down dusty storms with my heart tied to a name. Haunting whistles taunt my revenge, through the cold, through the strain. She's just a specter in the wind, gone with the midnight train. By the old tracks I stand head low as the night whispers confess. Her laughter's a ghost in the wind, her touch a forgotten caress. The train's a beast on iron paths, where the heart fueled by my pain, every mile screams her name, weaving through my veins. with the midnight train.
In a ghost town silence, under a blood moon's rain, whiskey bottles clinking like chimes of the pain, echoes of the midnight train crossing cursed lands. Tracks lead to nowhere, just God's forsaken sands. Back, young love was buried in these silent deserts dry. A locket of golden memories under a thorn sky. Betrayed by a brother for the greed of fleeting gain. Left me with a burning heart and church bells that wail in vain. Desolate way, eternally bound to the whistle of that midnight rail. Where the whistle cuts the silence of the plains, my boots stir dust from the bones of forgotten names. A town with windows like the hollows of dead men's eyes, echoes with stories of deceit and lovers' lies. Here in the shadows, a church stands charred and cold, marked by the fire of the bitter truths untold. Dusty boots and smoke, whispers on the wind. A dance with ghosts in boots where my sins are pinned. Underneath the moon where my soul got broke. All that's left is the tale of dusty boots and smoke. That old saloon door still swings with a haunting creak. Oh, whiskey drowned my vows and her memory grew weak. She loved a drifter whose shadow outlasted his stay. Left me a locket and a curse I can't betray. One fateful night, by the light of a blood-red moon, her secret bloomed in the dark, a love forsaken too soon. Dusty boots and smoke riding through my veins, haunted by the echo of her last refrains. In the heart of the storm where my dreams awoke, all I follow is the trail of dusty boots and smoke. Now I'm standing here where the old crossroads align. A bottle in my grip, fate's bitter design. Her whispers in the gust, the sand stings my face. In the land of the cursed, I accept my disgrace. Dusty boots and smoke, my redemption's fee. In this wasteland of sorrow, only ghosts are free. Revenge or forgive, the past in flames I stoke. Walking on, just a man with his dusty boots and smoke. In the shadow of the valley where the cold winds moan, lies a town forgotten, left with bones and stone. Beneath a sky of iron, under whispers of past debts, by the creek of silent weeping, a rusted locket rests. Where the rusted locket waits, there's a tale too hard to speak, of a love lost in the shadows of a vengeance blood deep. Whiskey bottles lay buried in a field of dying flames, each sip a bitter memory, each nightfall whispers her name. Underneath the steeple of a church that burned to ash, a preacher man once told me, son, all love is bound to crash. With a pocket full of bullets and a heart full of rage, I searched the ghostly railroads, turned each cursed page. Where the rusted locket waits under dust storms rolling wild, lies a story of betrayal, thick as blood forever filed. Train whistles cry through nightfall over graves no cross can claim, echoing the shouting, echoing her name. Silent deserts, by a stone unturned, I faced the man who wronged me where the deepest hatred burned. guns drawn at high noon, only one would walk away. A locket in the dust as night reclaimed the day. Now where the rusted locket waits, a spirit's kept inside, bound by cords of sorrow, and these winds shall always ride. A town that time's forgotten, but some memories never fade. In the whisper of the valley, they remember Adelaide. So in the shadow of the valley, let the whiskey pour once more. Raise a glass to love and vengeance, to the peace we're fighting for. And if you find that rusted locket, let it lie, let it wait. For every heart that's broken has a love it can't replace.
In the heart of dust where the chapel lies burned, whiskey bottles lay like memories spurned. A lone train cries out through the vast cursed night, ghost of a town faded from sight. Echoes from the ashes whispering sins, haunted by the shadows of might bends. Love lost to a bullet, marked by a stone in this silent desert. I wander alone. There's blood on the wind, a tale of deceit, a lover's vow dying in the summer's heat. Candlelit vigils with no one to mourn, a heart once whole now eternally torn. Echoes from the ashes calling me home, to a bed of dust where the bitter winds moan. Kisses turn to whispers beneath the old tree where we carved our names for eternity. Of my past in the midnight glow, the truth cuts deeper than the sharpest blade in the ruins of the promises we made. Echoes from the ashes, revenge burns bright, clearing the shadows, restoring the light. I lay down my burdens by the cooling stream, letting go of the echoes and chasing the dream. Town, the sun sets like a bleeding wound. Whiskey bottle lays half empty beside a note that came too soon. Dust swirls where the church once stood, now just ashes misunderstood. Echoes of a train long gone like whispers of the should have been. I'm dancing with the devil's deal, boots sinking in cursed sand. Every step a story of a broken promise in these haunted lands. My reflection in the bottle tells of cold winds and heartbreaks now.
dancing with the devil's deal, waltzing hell's on fiery reel. Once loved a girl with storm cloud eyes in a town too prone to lies. Behind her smile, secrets hidden in her heart, a dark and bid. The night she left, the sky did scream on love lost like forgotten dream. Now I roam a ghost in boots past burning churches and uprooted roots, dancing with the devil's deal under stars that no longer feel. Her whisper haunts the desert's chill, her betrayal a bitter pill. Ghost towns echo our last farewell, in each step a story to tell. Dancing with the devil's deal, in silence my fate I seal. At the crossroads no lanterns burn, just my shadow and the lessons learned. Her face in every grain of sand, her voice as distant as a land. I face the devil with eyes clear, no more to lose, nothing left to fear. Love and vengeance hand in hand, tonight I make my final stand. Dancing with the devil's deal, where once was hard now nothing feels. This dance might last a soul's appeal, on cursed grounds my fate I seal. With each step a tale of woe, in silent deserts I let go. Dancing with the devil's deal, in dust storms I find my zeal. So here's my story, a ballad sung of love lost and deeds undone. May you listen and then travel on through silent deserts where I've gone. In the night if you hear my tune, remember the dance beneath the moon. Dancing, always dancing with the devil's crew. Relentless deal.
Out where the sunset bleeds a rust on the ridge, underneath the hollow sky's mournful eye, lies a ghost town's whisper, the broken bridge, past the dusty bottle where dreams run dry. Hear the train's cry cut through thin desert air, echoing tales of old lost despair. Echoes from the hollow sky calling low, spinning tales of love betrayed and curses cast. Whiskey burns slow as cold winds of secrets blow. In the shadows every outlaw's die is cast. Beneath the churchyard's cross an unmarked grave hides a love stolen by a traitor's hand. Her laughter haunts the canyon, strong and brave. In the silent deserts I make my stand. The moonlight's witness to this heart's decay. Love's light smothered in the cruelest of ways. Echoes
Echoes from the hollow sky. Now my guide, resigned to roam where spirits can't find rest. With every step in dust, my sins I abide. In the hollow sky, the lost are blessed. Out where sorrow and the lost hopes collide. Echoes from the hollow sky know I ride.
In the heart of a ghost town where the shadows play, dust swirls like spirits over the decay. An old church bell rings, but there's no one to hear. Just whispers of love that turn to fear. Whiskey bottle lies broken, a testament to the past. In the silence of the desert, only the cursed outlast. Shadows and smoke under blood-red sky, ghosts of what's gone in the blink of an eye. Whisper your secrets, but keep your sins close in the land of the lost. It's the shadows and smoke. There's a tale of a lover turned cold and betrayed by a kiss that was promised, then cruelly delayed. Her eyes like the night, her heart once aflame. Now nothing but ashes, just a whisper of her name. Under the lantern light with the train whistles moan, she vanished to the night, into the unknown. Shadows and smoke where the old memories choke. Lost love's a dagger and revenge is a cloak. Speak now of heartache and the promises broke, haunting the silence. It's shadows and smoke. In the flicker of the fire, against the canyon wall, he faces his reflection, the greatest liar of them all. Forgotten graves are calling as the storm begins to rise. Tonight he'll end his running or meet his demise. Shadows and smoke, this is the outlaw's yoke. Bound by the night where the true word spoke. From dust to dust in these lands we're just folk, living and dying in shadows and smoke. In the echo of his footsteps, the desert holds its breath. In shadows and smoke, he'll dance his dance with death.
Beneath its boughs, I sing this hymn for the souls of the lost, the betrayed, the gone. In the heart of the night, their spirits drawn. A tale of a lover with eyes like stormy skies, her promises as hollow as her alibis. In the light of a burning church, I found my dread, her whisper in the wind, better off dead. Starlit badge that led me astray to the land where the shadows swallow the day, where the hanging tree waits, its branches sway, calling out the tune of the stray. For justice, for vengeance, beneath the moon's glance, in its eerie silence, the dead they dance. By the light of a dust storm, I face my foe. In the silence of the desert, the truths I now know. The bullet was swift, a flash in the night by the hanging tree, ending the fight. Where the hanging tree waits, with nooses old and frayed, I laid down my gun beneath its shade. For in the wild desert, under vast starlit sky, rest the tales of the old, where my heart lies.
Out there where the train whistles cut through the night, dusty roads twist like the secrets they hide. I rode through a town where the church burned to ground. Every cross stood black neath the moon's mournful frown. Ashes of the last ride swirling in the wind, haunted by the echoes of the sins I can't rescind. Whiskey whispers softly, betrayal's bitter taste on the cursed trail of vengeance, gone without a trace. Dawn cracked like the bottle I threw against the wall, in the valley where shadows and old lovers call. I found her locket near the forgotten graves, underneath the willow that wept for our betrayals. Ashes of the last ride caught in a dust storm's cry, silent deserts witness under a vengeful sky. Whiskey numbing memories, love that could not last. On the cursed ground I wandered, haunted by the past. Face to face with the ghost in the mirror's cold stare, the gun in my hand weighed down by despair. Whispers in the wind this ghost town's heart, I find no peace, no home. With each step forward, I leave the past to burn in the ashes of the last ride. There's no return. So listen well to the tale of a man left to bend in the haunted silence where all journeys end, where dust settles over stories untold in the ashes of the last ride, forever cold.
On the edge of a ghost town, under a bone-white moon, the wind whispers secrets in a cursed, chilling tune. A lone whiskey bottle, half buried in the sand, glints like a teardrop from a long-lost band. The church on the hillside smolders still, echoing prayers of a people's broken will. At midnight in the outlaw heart, shadows dance with fate. Every whisper in the dark, a story of love and hate. The desert holds the memories of pistol smoke and scars underneath the silent stars. At midnight in the outlaw heart, railroad track stretch, reaching for the past. The train's mournful whistle screams of love that couldn't last. Her laughter haunts the canyon, a melody of pain. The night we vowed forever, then never spoke again. My boots stir the dust where we once had roamed. In the depths of the night, where cold truths are combed. At midnight in the outlaw heart, echoes fill the void. Each ghostly tale retold of lives once enjoyed. The desert knows each secret, each buried broken part, lost within the whispering winds. At midnight in the outlaw heart, I face the mirror of my soul in the silver moon's cold glare, haunted by the specter of a love beyond repair. My hand grips the pistol as vengeance takes its art in the theater of the damned, where end and beginning start. At midnight in the outlaw heart, destiny is spun, the past and present blur, where all my roads come undone. Here lies my redemption, or perhaps my final mark. I'm one with the dust and shadows at midnight in the outlaw heart.
In a ghost town where the dust whispers secrets at dusk,
haunted by the tune of a whiskey-soaked past. Lone shadows stretch where the gallows once swung. Silhouettes dance on the walls of the damned. Train whistles moan through the cursed silent land. A melody to the bones, forgotten beneath the sand. Beneath the gallows I sing this song, a tale of love lost where the right turned wrong. The wind carries echoes of a vengeful ghostly throng in the heart of the desert where the nights are long. She was the fire in the chapel that burned her to the ground. A love so fierce, now a memory drowned. A traitor's kiss led me to this fate, bound by chains of anger, sealed by hate. Dust storms roar over stones unturned, on a path of revenge where my heart once burned. Beneath the gallows I sing this song, a tale of a love lost where the right turned wrong. The wind carries echoes of a vengeful ghostly throng in the heart of the desert where the nights are long. Stand in the shadows of my sins, facing down the ghosts of what might have been. The noose swings gently, a reminder of my plight. In the pale moonlight, I'm ready to fight the echoes of the past. They howl and they hiss, whispering secrets of the abyss. Beneath the gallows, this is my redemption song. From the shadows of the past to where I belong. Let the desert sands claim me as their own. Beneath the gallows, I find my way home. In the haunted silence where my demons have roamed. Beneath the gallows, I sing my final song.
In the town of Whiskey Gulch, beneath a blood-red sky, the wind whispers secrets and the vultures fly high. A lone church stands burning, its bell silent and spent, in the heart of a land where even angels fear to tread. Echoes from the revenge, they haunt the stormy nights. Lost souls and shadowed dreams flicker in the light. A tale of a man scorned, betrayed by a love so wild, riding through cursed lands, a heart that's never reconciled. Once loved a girl as fierce as the desert storm. Her lies cut deeper than the thorns of a rose full worn. Left him with nothing but a bottle and a faded photograph on a dusty trail for vengeance, a ghost in his own aftermath. Echoes from the revenge, they haunt the moonlit plains. Whispers of the past, like the sound of distant trains, bound by a promise over a forgotten grave. Through silent deserts and the choices we break. He faced the man in black. Words unspoken in the shootout, no turning back. As the gun smoke cleared, truth came undone. Revenge or salvation, what has his anger won? Echoes from the revenge, a tale that never dies, riding towards the sunset beneath the vast unending skies. Forgiveness or a bullet, only the desert knows. Buried in the sands where the lonely wind blows. Bleeds into night. Dust devils dance with the devil's delight. Whiskey bottle empty lay by my side. Echoes of train whistles, ghosts that won't hide. Buried in the black sun under cursed sky. Graves without markers where the lost souls lie. Heart full of vengeance, eyes burning red. Live amongst shadows, dead man's dread. Used to be laughter in this old ghost town. Now just the silence of dreams burned down. Love turned to ashes, church set ablaze. Ain't nothing left but these end of days. Buried in the black sun, fate's cruel hand. Walking through ruins of this forsaken land. Once saw redemption, now seeking blood. In the whispers of sandstorms and the flood, and the flood. Met her gaze across the fire's glow. Betrayal seared deeper than she'll ever know. My heart was the price, the desert a throne. Revenge stirs in the bones I call my own. Buried in the black sun under cursed sky. Graves without markers where the lost souls lie. Heart full of vengeance, eyes burning red. Live amongst shadows, dead man's drifted. Sun, with spirits of the old. My story's written in the stars, bitter and cold. Till vengeance finds its way under the moon's run. I'll be haunting these lands, buried in the black sun.
In a ghost town's hot under a blood-red moon. Whispering winds, humming old dead tune. Footprints lay hidden neath layers of soot. Echoes of laughter, my dusty boots. Past the old saloon where the whiskey's gone dry. Shadows dance where the lost souls lie. Dancing with dusty boots. On cursed land I stand, spinning with spirits. A bottle in my hand, the stars watching silent. These old debts demand. Oh, I'm dancing with dusty boots in the devil's sand. By the burnt church's bell, she swore her love true. Beneath wooden crosses, our wild dreams grew. A betrayal came whispered on a hot desert breeze, as she vanished like rain in the silent seas. Left a heart full of bullets and a grave unmarked. In the dust storm scream, I lost my spark. Dancing with dusty boots, with a ghost as my guide, twirling through ruins, vengeance by my side. The moon's pale judgment in this place where hope died. Yes, I'm dancing with dusty boots where my old love lies. Whistle moans through the cracked canyon wall. My reckoning's written in the dust storm squall. With every step forward, the past pulls me back. In this ghost dance, my soul's painted black. So I'm dancing with dusty boots, revenge at my heel, across this damn valley, make the past kneel. Buried my heart where the cold church bell peals. Forever dancing with dusty boots, that's my deal. Verse and chorus in this haunted desert ballaster, with the grit and ghost of a land that takes more than it gives. A tale of a man entwined with his fate in the timeless dance of vengeance and lost love among the whispering sands. In the shadow of the church where the wild roses die, underneath that haunted moon and the blackbirds cry, there's a whisper in the wind on the edge of night, where the ghosts dance with dust just out of sight. Whiskey bottles lay buried in the sands of regret. Each step echoes a story that time won't let us forget. Gone with the gunslinger down that cursed trail, chasing shadows in the valley where the brave men fail. The desert holds a secret like a burning scar. Gone with the gunslinger beneath a lonesome star. He rode in from the silence of a forgotten grave, with eyes like winter ashes and a heart no love could save. Betrayed by a brother over gold in the stream, now his soul's just a captive of that broken dream. By the light of a dying fire in the cold of dawn, he swore revenge on the wind before the innocence was gone. Gone with the gunslinger where the cold winds wail, past the echoes of the train on that rusty rail. The desert knows its sorrow beneath the crying star. Gone with the gun
the church once burned, facing down the memory of the love he spurned. The whistle of the train is like a ghostly cry, telling him the truth that the past won't die. Gone with the gunslinger to the end of his days, through the dust storms and the heartache and the silent haze. Let the desert bury all where the old ghosts spar. Gone with the gunslinger beneath the final star.
Where the sky bleeds into dusty plains, a ghost town whispers secrets held by chains. Silent desert cries under a cursed moon's glare. Whiskey bottles empty, left in despair. Echoes of train whistles cut through thin air. Just shadows of the lost, the damned don't dare. No mercy in the cursed land, only tales of fading hands, forgotten graves where no one stands. This land will make no amends. Burn out church with a broken cross, love and hope have paid the cost. In the dust we bear our loss. No mercy in the cursed land. Rode in from the east with a heart on fire, found my love's locket beside the funeral pyre. Trusted a man with a serpent sneer, his betrayal was as sharp as it was clear. Night falls heavy, revenge is near. Bullets for the traitor, jury of peers. No mercy in the cursed land, echoes of a reprimand. Lonely souls with gun in hand, the devil plays a losing hand. Ashes scatter where they stand, promises like shifting sand. In the dark we've made our plans. No mercy in the cursed land. Under the crescent moon's watchful eye, the desert knows every truth and lie. Confrontation at the edge of town, two shadows cast, one man goes down. No mercy in the cursed land, where justice is a dying brand. Count your sins on your left hand, forgiven by this forsaken land. Now I roam a ghost unmanned, with whispers of the past so grand. In cursed silence here I stand. No mercy in the cursed land. No mercy in the cursed land.
Underneath the silver gaze of a crescent moon, the shadows dance on forgotten tunes. Whiskey breath and the dust of twilight's embrace. Steps echo soft through this haunted place. Silent whispers, the tales of ghostly brides in the breeze that moans through the withered hide. Stirring cinders where once the church bell rang, now only silence round the gallows hangs. So we waltz through the night where the dead man lie, to the tune of a train whistle under a starlit sky. We spin with our ghosts in a cursed lover's trance, in this moonlit graveyard, our final dance. Years ago, by the old town's rusted sign, she vowed forever, her hand in mine. But betrayal's wind swept through these dusty streets, leaving nothing but shadows and deceit. Found her whispering secrets to the cold desert air, in the arms of another they were unaware. A storm brewed as I watched, with a heart turned to stone in the thunder's roar. I swore she'd never die alone. So we waltzed through the night where the dead men lie, to the tune of a train whistle under starlit sky. We spin with our ghosts in a cursed lover's trance, in this moonlit graveyard, our final dance. On that night where the old church burned to the ground, her betrayal paid in ashes, her spirit unbound. Now every whispering wind, every shift of the sands speaks her name as I reach out my trembling hands. Now we walk forever under moon's pale light. She's in my arms till the end of night. Love and vengeance, a bond sealed in stone, in this moonlit graveyard, I'm never alone. So we waltz through the night where the dead men lie, haunted and broken neath the endless sky. We spin with our ghosts in a love that's enchanted, in this moonlit graveyard, our eternal dance.